Personal question.
Okay.
Where did you get your trousers?
Do you know, I actually have forgotten what make they are. They're nothing too special. Built them on the London High Street.
Because I think, I don't know what to talk about after Jennifer tonight. I just want to talk about her style and her fashion
funny.
Sensibility.
I thought I had to.
No, because I
Get
mean,
some
I always
bold
I
colours,
look at her
match
sneakers,
paintings.
I look at her laces. I mean, just look at these sneakers. Just show, Jennifer, you've got to see this.
Yeah, no,
I want
cool.
the entire
Little
audience, internet to see it.
boats,
And the
ski
socks.
boats, I know.
And I mean,
know.
your pink checked slacks and t-shirts and belts.
Yeah.
So Jennifer, 2019, and we just opened the show. A wonderful body of work.
Yeah.
I've seen a strong development in your work, and I think since your first exhibition in South Africa, where you realised galleries can be a bit bigger in scale, you've sort of expanded the canvases.
No, it's been
And
great. Just
190 by 190s.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
you know, as I said in my opening speech, it was always a dream of mine. You know, as a gallerist, you always have these dreams, and you see Gerhard Richter's big works, and wow, this is amazing. And you know, the universe listened to that, and the universe has brought you along. And for me, it's just a celebration of colour and in your works, and the statement you make in your work, because I connect with your work, because I can feel it's kinetic energy, it's restless energy, it's you know, it's uncontrived, it's so honest. The honesty in these works, because it's pure transference of energy into the works. And then you bring in the pigments, and obviously I see the emotions of that day and time, and like early morning, midday, late. So these are all things that influence your work. But I think your works are going to have even more appeal with a change in architectural style in South Africa. You know, where people have conservative homes, and now people are moving into bigger open spaces, and not limited to a pokey room, much like an American loft. So you can't have a small picture. You're going to need a big painting. So what's been the inspiration? I've kind of touched on it, but I've seen a significant shift.
Yeah. Well, I think one of the things was getting a new studio. So I used to have a small, narrow studio.
How big was your first studio?
I don't even know what it was in square meters, but it was narrow and...
You could swing a cat.
Yeah, no, it was much smaller, much narrower. So that dictated how large my paintings could go, because I paint partly up against the wall and then partly on the floor. And I move them back and forth and back and forth. So I was restricted by the width of the floor space as to how big the paintings could be. And then when I got this new studio, which was it's about just over 2 years ago, it's 84 square meters, which by London standards is huge.
Enormous.
It's huge.
Yeah.
It's frees me up, and it's enabled me to, you know, I often work on more than 2, sometimes 3 paintings at the same time, because I'm painting in layers. Yeah. Sometimes I want to paint wet on wet, sometimes I want the layer to be dry before I put the next layer on. So that means that I can work on more than one at a time, otherwise I'd just be sitting for hours watching paint dry.
And then I thought, how do you keep yourself so slim? Because you must be running around these pictures.
There's
great
it's
balance.
very physical.
No, it's great. There's great balance in your work. So
Yes.
that's probably because of it being in a vertical position.
Yeah.
Then you're painting on that, but then once you put onto a horizontal floor,
Yeah.
you're moving around it. You're seeing it from a
Absolutely.
different perspective.
Absolutely.
So, you know, your paintings don't really have an up and a top and a bottom, do
They don't, and in fact that's
For a
what I
left and
love
a right.
about the square, because you know, you can see it from all angles. When I'm painting, I do have a right side,
Okay.
which happens quite early on in the painting. I kind of decide
have a point
it's
to start.
going to hang this way,
Oh, okay.
but I still like the idea that if somebody else actually preferred it compositionally another way, there's the possibility of hanging it that way. But I have
Because you could even-
my choice.
You could even hang it diagonally.
That's true. I could hang it like as
Exactly.
a diamond, I
You
suppose.
could.
Yeah.
So
I love that about the square, that it neither kind of refers to landscape or portrait. There's just it's a beautiful format to work in. It's a beautiful composition to start with, I think. So yeah, for me, it's about creating that balance, as you say, but within a kind of creating a sort of a tension, a kind of a feeling of something moving across the canvas. I almost feel like something's happened before the painting.
Yeah.
I've kind of captured it as it's moving across the canvas, and then it's sort of heading off to I don't know where.
Because there is, you could call this a cacophony of colour,
Yeah.
but in a dance.
Yeah.
Because
I like
it's almost
that.
like the brushes
Yeah.
dance around the canvas.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's like you try and follow one line and you get lost.
And obviously, you know, you evolve and you change and you get ideas as you work, and I would hate to just be creating the same paintings year after year after year. So there's obviously going to be a natural
There's
evolution.
a progression.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which I've seen. I mean, we've done your third show now.
Yeah, I know.
And it's only 2 years. So Jennifer only comes and visits me once every 2 years. Not literally comes once every 2 years, but we only show the world a new body of work once every 2 years for the South African audience. But I mean, I've seen in 3 shows a significant shift.
Yes.
And I'm happy to see, but more so even in your persona.
Really?
Yeah, I found you were
Interesting.
quite reserved initially.
That's because I got to know you better.
I said
It
to you,
takes time with me.
yeah, I said in Nicole, I said, you know, I feel Jennifer and I could actually sit down and have a chat for an afternoon, and with absolutely nothing. I think the conversation was just roll.
Yeah.
Because it is. I think we do get to know each other a bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do feel as you've also come out of this skin.
Okay.
I think you are quite a, am I wrong or right when I say you're a bit introverted?
Yeah. Oh, I'm definitely an introvert.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So see,
yeah.
I'm starting to see the almost the contrast between your persona that actually has got a subdued, I mean, I would say atomic energy inside you. That's quite atomic.
Yes, I think
It's a good
I
word.
think I'm kind of full of contradictions, really, because I think there is something kind of quite vital and energetic within me,
Yeah.
but I think I am by nature quite an introverted person. I'm quite a private person. It takes me a long time to allow people to really get to know me,
Yeah.
and I like to evolve relationships and friendships slowly,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I mean, 6 years. So I'm only starting to talk to the lady for,
Yeah, well.
casually and naturally. 6 years later.
Yeah, 6 years later.
So maybe when we get to 80.
Oh, we're getting there, Graham. Yeah.
Look, and I noticed you're like 2 meters. Maybe we should shift up a little closer.
But this little
Don't worry, we're not.
table.
But it's a great show, and I think that she's like, you know, done better than what I even expected.
Thank
and I
you.
say that with the greatest respect because
Thank you very
I've
much.
respected her as a professional. There are very few artists that are professional, that take an artistic career seriously. And I mean, she lives with purpose. She works with purpose. And this can definitely be seen in this body of work that you've given me the privilege to host for you.
Thank you, Graham.
On the African continent. And as you know, Africa is going through some of its own challenges.
Sure is.
But there's something about Africa, and that's the light, the people, the psyche of the people, the lay of the land, the culture. And you know, it stood the test of time, and it's thrown, South Africa in particular, but Africa's had a lot of curveballs thrown at it. But I think there's something about the South African people, and I mean all races included, that have come out, you know, with the spirit that we want to see. And I think there's a strong, you know, you being South African born, even though you reside in London now, I still think your psyche has been impregnated by those experiences and your travels in Africa.
Oh, absolutely,
where
undoubtedly,
you know,
yeah.
I see some of the photographs that you post, which shows your appreciation of nature, God's creation, the trees, the sunsets, the beautiful green lawns. So, you know, for me, I always akin myself to people that really appreciate the natural things out there are to be seen. And I think you are a person with a lot of gratitude in your heart, gratitude in your spirit, sensitive person, but yet professional. And you take what you're doing very seriously.
I do.
So I want to take this opportunity to say thank you
Thanks
for
Graham.
trusting me as an art dealer, as a gallerist on the tip of Africa, to represent this grandiose dame or lady from London. And as you know, we should be standing closer to each other after 6 years. Maybe, you know, we'll
You
sit
never
even
know.
closer after 8 years. But Jennifer, I wish you well.
Thank you.
And
Thanks,
and,
Graham.
you know, now you hand the baton over to me.
Exactly.
And you know, we've got the new websites that will be going up.
Yeah.
And I think
That's
that's
very
going to
exciting.
really change
It's going to be great.
the trajectory for you.
Yeah.
Because I think your reach will be now global.
Yeah.
It already is getting there, and the
Yeah.
fact that we coupled it with Flume as a digital marketing company.
Yeah.
So all my archaic ways of marketing can now be put aside, and I can hand it over to people that look at a new young generation, a young audience,
Yeah,
and
I
how
think
they want to
it's going to
enjoy,
be fantastic.
see, and purchase art.
Yeah, it's a whole new chapter ahead.
So I look forward to the results at the end of the sale, and please pop in from time to time.
Oh, I will.
Send your family and friends,
I will.
and keep moving forward like you are.
I will.
I'm impressed, and
Definitely.
let that Jennifer Morrison come out because I'm seeing it in your works more and more. Thank you very much.
Thank
and
you.
I appreciate the
Thanks, Graham. Thank you. Thanks.
Did you like that?
Love it. Oh, good, good, good.